One thing I want to highlight is, yeah, Sasha shared a message here that the new ORDAO front end is now deployed for Optimism Fractal, and you can check that at of.frapps.xyz or optimism.frapps.xyz right now, where people can log in and then you can see the proposals and make proposals, and also have links to play the Respect game and find the parent Respect and so forth. Tadas has been hosting ORDAO Fractal. He officially launched the ORDAO Fractal.
Create an application for base batches, which you can see here. I'm planning to host a ORDAO Fractal event next week at usual time on Tuesday at 15 UTC to demo the claim interface.
I was working on an article about Respect distribution considerations for Epoch 2, the things we need to do to really launch Eden Fractal on base, and it's a pretty big project. So there's a whole bunch of elements that I've been coordinating and planning and so forth. Lastly, I updated the Optimism Town Hall and Optimism Fractal snapshot spaces to include the new Optimism Fractal Respect as well, so people can vote with that.
And I also started, for example, in this one, I linked to the draft proposals that Dan created and we discussed in that town hall episode. I joined ORDAO Fractal. I promoted it too. Me and Dan collaborated on this image.
Oh, obviously Dan's the leader. Like, you want to vouch for him for leadership. We can give Dan an attestation, or Rosmari's good at the media and video editing. We can give her an attestation, and those could be on chain. Could be kind of cool as we're going through the respect process.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Optimism Fractal. We're here in our 6th season, in our 62nd event, I believe. I have the pleasure to be here with Tadas and Rosmari, and we're going to kick it off to share a presentation to welcome you all to Optimism Fractal, and then start playing the Respect game. So hopefully you all enjoy the event and the episode. Of course, feel free to jump in with any comments.
Hello.
Hello, Tadas. Good to see you. You have some exciting news, too. I don't know if you want to share it in a little bit about the new Optimism Fractal app that you deployed, too. Maybe first I'll give a little welcome for everybody about what is Optimism Fractal, and then we can pass it over to you if you want to jump in with any more details about that. So, yeah, here we are, Ethereum rising with the Superchain, and hope that everybody will have a great time. You can check out the Optimistics tweet here to learn about the Magic Respect game that we play, the on-chain social game that fosters collaboration, awards public goods creators, and optimizing governance on the Superchain and the wider Ethereum ecosystem, and learn more about some of our accomplishments over the past 6 seasons of Optimism Fractal, or past 5 seasons and into the 6th season. Learn more about the Respect game and what to expect. Watch the most recent video and check out the Optimism Town Hall and the calendar and stuff like that. Thanks, Rosmari, for putting together some nice messages here. Encourage everybody to like and retweet and so forth to learn more. You can check out optimismfractal.com to learn more about Optimism Fractal. It's a community dedicated to fostering collaboration, awarding public goods creators, and optimizing governance on the Superchain. At each event, we host Respect games where you can network, make friends, and collaborate with talented builders on the Superchain. You can share what you're doing on the Superchain and generally introduce yourself and earn Respect, the soul-bound non-transferable token that you can earn by coming to consensus and ranking each other's contributions and build your on-chain identity and get more benefits in our growing reputation system. So everyone's welcome to join these bi-weekly events and play the Respect game with us. You can learn more in the links on optimismfractal.com, and we also produce videos of each event too that you're welcome to join and play a role in, as well as watch and share with friends for educational contents about optimism and Ethereum. And we are building the Optimistics Toolkit, or some of us are in the community, and that's tools for community coordination and decentralized governance, including the open source ORDAO Fractal app that Tadas has just deployed today. So yeah, Optimism Fractal is a great place to develop your on-chain career or business, whether you're just getting started out or you have a community organization that you want to empower with the Respect game or more generally with the Superchain. So you can learn more about all this on the website. How we're building in public and all the different benefits and the funding opportunities going on in the Optimism ecosystem and the Ethereum ecosystem, and also how we're pioneering the future of governance with fractal democracy and how exactly we operate with our protocols and Respect game and so forth. So, and how you can get involved with governance. So encourage you to explore the website to learn more. Optimism Fractal is founded and presented by the Optimistics. We created it back in about a year and a half ago. And we've been hosting events ever since. And you can also see a lot of educational resources about Optimism Fractal at optimistics.io and edenfractal.com. Eden Fractal is a fractal community that Optimism Fractal kind of emerged from, that is operating alongside Optimism Fractal, and we are building the Superchain together. The Superchain is an interconnected network of blockchains scaling Ethereum on the open source code stack, the OP stack, collaborating with OP Mainnet, Base, World, Sonium, Inc., Unichain, Zora, Mode, Redstone, and many other great networks. You can learn more at optimism.io and ethereum.org, base.org, etc. And the best way to get involved with Optimism Fractal is to join our bi-weekly events on Thursdays at 17 UTC. Also, you can check out our videos as well from all the events that we've had so far, complete with show notes and beautiful artwork and so forth to show off the great work of builders in the Optimism Collective. And you can check out the tweets too. Like, for example, we published tweets of our episode from last event, and these are all published on the Eden Creators YouTube channel, in addition to other shows like the Eden Fractal and the Optimism Town Hall that we host, and the recent ORDAO Fractal app video demo. And you're welcome to register on lou.ma/optimistics and invite friends, and we hope to see you at the upcoming events. Feel free to also check out our progress in the Optimism Governance Forum too, and leave any comments there or in our Discord. You can find a lot of links there too about our recent progress and ways that you can get involved with Optimism Fractal Season 6. I'm going to do a bit of a community news section here to give people some updates that are quite relevant for Optimism Fractal. I encourage people to check out, news going on with optimism in general in many different places. One thing I want to highlight is, Tasha shared a message here that the new ORDAO front end is now deployed for Optimism Fractal, and you can check that at of.frapps.xyz or optimism.frapps.xyz. And there's also update notifications in the ORDAO alerts channel of the Optimism Fractal Discord, and they now link to the relevant ORDAO proposal, so you can clearly see what the proposal is about. So awesome work. Thanks, Tadas. Feel free to jump in if you want to announce any of this. I'm showing people the optimism.frapps.xyz right now, where people can log in, and then you can see the proposals and make proposals, and also have links to play the Respect game and find the parent Respect and so forth. I highly recommend people to check out the ORDAO playlist for more details about what this all means and how to learn about it. We also might discuss at the Optimism Town Hall today. But Tadas has been hosting ORDAO Fractal. He officially launched the ORDAO Fractal a couple weeks ago, and there's been 2 episodes discussing it, as well as the new Eden Fractal deployment, as well as the ORDAO Fractal app, where we have a overview of all the features of the app where you can learn more. So thanks so much to Das for the great work, and looking forward to trying out the new app and collaborating with it. And I think that'll be super helpful for Optimism Fractal and many other communities as they adopt the ORDAO software. I also want to give a shout out to Abraham, who's been making updates to the Fractalgram app as well. So you can see in the Optimism Fractal Discord here, it's working. He's made a lot of improvements over the past couple weeks, so it's now working much more smoothly. And I also want to notify everybody of the upcoming Eden Fractal Epoch 2 launch, and also the 3-year anniversary that's coming up. So the 3-year anniversary is coming up on June 8th, technically, and we are launching the Epoch 2 on June 5th. We've been planning Epoch 2 for over about a year now. This will involve deploying Eden Fractal via ORDAO or with the ORDAO smart contracts on base, and empowering Eden Fractal community members and Optimism Fractal community members and anybody out there to join events where people can earn respect by contributing to Eden Fractal and the Fractal ecosystem. You can learn more about this in the Eden Fractal videos, as well as the Epoch 2 article at edenfractal.com. And you can see what we've been up to in the recent videos where we've been exploring this, and also talking about some updates with the ZAO Fractal and the new software he's been building. Also, shout out to Zal, who's they're about to host the 1-year anniversary of the ZAO Fractal too. So really exciting to see all the progress happening with fractals on Optimism. And also just a quick notification that I recently released and will be releasing another milestone in the Optimism Fractal Respect Game research document. And after the event today, we'll have the Optimism Town Hall returning for Season 4, where I made a topic proposal, and we have some draft proposals about new agendas rules, the launch of the ORDAO Fractal application, and Optimism Fractal participant agreement discussion. And so you can check out lou.ma/optimistics to register for that, as well as all these other events like Eden Fractal next week. And with that, we'll play the Respect game. We have a short, a small meeting today. This is the smallest meeting we've had since, I don't know, like since our second meeting, I think. Back in our second meeting, it was just the 3 of us, and also in our first part of it. So I think that we'll see if anybody else joins, but otherwise, we'll hear from some OGs from Optimism Fractal today. And yeah, curious what you've been up to, Tadas and Rosmari. And yeah, Tadas, if you want to add anything else about the new software before we get started, then feel free, or you can just share that in your contributions. And I think that we can get going with the Respect game whenever we're ready.
No, you said everything except I would add why optimism.frapps.xyz. So Frapp is a fractal app. So Optimism Fractal app .xyz, and it has more fractal apps, so you under that domain. So that's why. Just a way to remember. Just wanted to say that. Yeah.
Right. Good point. I was wondering that a little bit. I thought, why isn't it Optimism Fractal.frapps.xyz? But that does make sense because that would be redundant. That'd be Optimism Fractal.fractalapps.xyz in a way. Frapps being abbreviation for fractal apps. That sounds quite nice. So okay, cool. Well, yeah, thanks for explaining that. And yeah, for anybody who's watching context, like there's also ORDAO.frapps.xyz where you can check out the ORDAO Fractal app. And pretty soon, Toss is deploying for Eden Fractal and we'll probably deploy for other communities as well. So that'll be at I think ef.frapps.xyz or something like that, but we'll see. And so lots of different fractals can be hosted at frapps.xyz with different subdomains.
Yes.
All right. Sounds good. Well, I don't know if Rosemary have any comments here. Feel free, but I don't know, Tadash, do you want to maybe share your contributions and what you've been up to over the past couple of weeks to help Optimism, and you can speak a bit more about the fraps you've been building or anything else?
No, not much. Just build a front end for ORDAO. That's
Okay.
all.
I think you're being a little bit mischievous and modest here, having some fun with it. It's kind of a big deal, I'd say.
No, but only one thing. So not a long list.
That's true. Yep, it is. I mean, I saw some of your GitHub commits, and so I know there's a longer list that goes behind it. But yeah, it's come out to be one product. Although it's not even one thing though, because I know you've also been deploying it for Eden Fractal too. So that's kind of two
Yeah.
things. So you weren't here at the last event, so I guess you'd be sharing not just what you did for the past 2 weeks, but also over the break too. So that's like past couple of months, and so you've been you both built the app and you have deployed it for Optimism Fractal, and you've also in progress of deploying it for Eden Fractal, and you also launched ORDAO Fractal. I'm doing your job for you now, Stas, because I think you missed a few things. You also launched ORDAO Fractal, a new Fractal community, hosted like 4 events over the break for ORDAO Fractal, or 2 events for ORDAO Office Hours, then 2 events for ORDAO Fractals. I think you missed a couple of things here.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you know everything. I don't know. Rosmari also knows everything. So I don't know. Do I need to present about what I did uh, for the recording, maybe, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure that there'll be lots of people who watch this over time. So if you want to present it and give people a better idea, then I mean, I think it's great to promote what you're doing with ORDAO in general. And we have like we work to promote it, but these videos are also an opportunity to educate the audience and share your work too. So um, if you want to, that'd be very welcome. If you want to like give a deeper walkthrough, I try to give like a very quick overview when I gave my presentation, just because I try to always be short there. So I'm sure you can go in a lot more detail if you want to.
Mm.
Well, or if you want to like prepare anything, then Rosemary, I could go first too if you prefer.
Okay, let's get over
Okay.
over the last over the break. I was building, mostly working on front end for ORDAO, as Dan said, and uh, part of this initiative was to create an application for base batches, which you can see here, an application. And as part of this application, we created this demonstration. Uh, I wrote the script, then directed it and edited it, and there was a lot of editing, but I'm very glad with the result. Yes, and so anybody watching can watch this video to get a demo of ORDAO Fractal Lab. Yeah, and as Dan said, I hosted a bunch of ORDAO, first ORDAO office hours, 3 weeks ago and 2 weeks ago, and then I hosted two ORDAO Fractal events. So yeah, no, I deployed ORDAO Fractal on Base. Yeah, to test the new Fractal app, and actually we applied to Base Batches with this deployment. Yeah, that's about it. Of course, there is a lot of work that went behind the front end, but uh, as I said, you can watch the demo video or one of our DAO Fractal events to learn more about that. Basically contains the most features that exist in our DAO that were already available using console interface. Now we can do all of that in the front end. And one more thing, I'm also creating a claim interface for claiming Eden Fractal Respect on Base to be used in Eden Fractal Epoch #2 on Base. Yeah, and looking forward, I'm planning to host a ORDAO Fractal event next week at usual time on Tuesday, 15 UTC, to demo the claim interface and maybe use that recording as a guide for how to claim. Although the interface should be pretty understandable, like it should be pretty straightforward, but still. Yep, that's all.
Sounds great, Tadas. Thanks for all the great work. I'm stoked about the ORDAO Fractal app and everything you're doing. And yeah, if there's anything else you want to share, feel free. But otherwise, you can pick me or Rosmari to go next whenever you want.
I pick you.
Okay, sounds good. Rosmari, of course, if you want to go first, then you can jump in. But otherwise, I can go first. I got my presentation prepared. So I see Rosmari. I didn't really hear you. I think I heard you say okay. So and then you mute yourself. So I think that's what you said. Okay. I'll share what I did to help Optimism over the past couple weeks now. So, I'm Dan Singjoy. I learn more about me at dansingjoy.com. I think you guys know me. You guys know me. And then, yeah, so this week, or just this week or so, I've been working a lot on the implementation for Eden Fractal Block 2. I'd previously written this article with a plan for things we need to do to really launch Eden Fractal on base. And it's a pretty big project. So there's a whole bunch of elements that I've been coordinating and planning and so forth with various team members or community members and on my own. And so one thing I did was I hosted the first Eden Fractal event coming back from the break where we concluded Epoch 1 and prepared for our next chapter. So we had a nice group of people there, several people from ZAO Fractal there, and we were discussing all sorts of things that people were up to, as well as our next plans for what we're doing in Eden Fractal. And I put together this nice message to kind of summarize our progress, of all the progress we've made over the past few years, and then provide an agenda for this event and encourage people to get involved and so forth. And I also put together, there was a community member who's been in Fractals for a while named Jorge who asked about some questions. And then in general, I felt it was helpful to write an article about Eden Fractal Epoch 1 for people who don't know what Eden Fractal Epoch 1 is. So I put together a draft of a detailed article that summarized Epoch 1 and our history and so forth, and all the things we've been doing so far, which also includes an overview of Optimism Fractal as well. I know Tadas also did that too, a similar thing when Jorge asked about that, like he asked for a highlight because he wanted to give a presentation of Fractal Democracy. So you can click around here and learn more about some of this article that I had written or these details. Again, I also hosted that event and then collaborated with Rosmari a little bit on the production of it. And then I also responded to Easy and Crypto, who offered to organize a impact concert for Eden Fractal, and I suggested also collaborating with ZAO Fractal too. So um, collaborating and working on that. I was working on an article about distribution considerations for Epoch 2 and went back and forth with Tadas about like just kind of technical details about this, as well as potentially supporting other communities with the Respect 2. So that's an article that I wrote to help make Epoch 2 as good as possible. And then I went back and forth with Tadas and Abraham a bunch of times about the configuration for all the files and stuff. Um, I participate in all the ORDAO Fractal meetings, and I help promote this one. I collaborate with Rosmari on these pictures and promotions and stuff like that, and help support the ORDAO Fractal event. And I also cut and produce the videos too. And then I also organized a meeting with Jacob and Howard regarding the Superchain ORDAO project that we're participating with in the Superchain incubator. And so helped Howard get Howard's a developer who's built at Optimism Fractal and participated, and he's going to help build with Respect 155. And then I also had a detailed discussion with Jacob, figuring out what we're going to plan to do for the next month or so of the program, and then also worked to set up the business structure and stuff like that, and then paid him for his first month's work. I've also been working on the next step for the research milestone. I have a first draft for the user experience design for the system interface I've been working on, and we'll publish that within the next day. And then, in addition, I created a top proposal for Optimism Town Hall and promoted it a little bit and put together these topics that I recommend that I mentioned before, and was drafting more. So the new agendas rule for Optimism Town Hall, with a minimum vote threshold, and the Optimism Fractal participant agreement. I had a discussion with Rosmari about that. I've been working on it. Lastly, I updated the Optimism Town Hall and Optimism Fractal snapshot spaces to include the new Optimism Fractal Respect as well, so people can vote with that. And yep, I think that's it for the most part, or everything I can remember for here. So thank you for listening, and I can pass it over to Rosmari. Nice to see you.
Hey, sorry. Nice to see you.
No
I'll
problem.
share screen.
Okay.
I guess we can go for as long as we want. So I've been mainly promoting the events and videos, and also participating in them and editing the videos too. And then one of the images I made for this event, for the promotion of that event, is that one, Ethereum Rising. Then provided some feedback too. And then I drafted this tweet, or cast in this case, and I shared it across the main social media channels, including recent highlights from the latest event, and also an invitation to the town hall coming up. And I share that, as I mentioned, also on Twitter. I edited and posted, I think, three videos since the last event. That's the Optimism Fractal, the town hall from, I think, 2 weeks ago, and then the Eden Fractal event recording from last week. And I started doing like intro videos with highlights that you might have noticed for the first 1 minute or so of each video, and also Dan helped with timestamps for this one too. He forgot to mention, and I made show notes for this one, for example, for Optimism Fractal, where you can see the timestamps, the posts from the social media channels, and also some I think episode summary of the episodes and so forth. And same thing with the town hall. And I also started, for example, in this one, I linked, as you can see, the table of contents is longer, and I linked to the draft proposals that Dan created and we discussed in that town hall episode. So you can also look at them in the show notes and refer to that. And I made this new page for season 4 of the Town Hall, but I'll have to put this as a button. I think I have to make it bold. But over here, you can find any future season 4 Town Hall videos. And then I also was responding to some comments from community members in Optimism Fractal Discord, like if we have a Telegram group for Optimism Fractal. And also I welcomed some new members like Generic, and also thank JX for joining, and I provide some context on Eden Fractal event here. And then I use later that I use for promoting the Eden Fractal event that happened last week. And this is an example of what it looks like in the Fractal chat. And then I joined ORDAO Fractal. I promoted it too. And that happened, I think, on Tuesday, 2 days ago. Dan made this image. And Dan also helped me draft that. And yeah, it's a nice thread about what more links about ORDAO Fractal. And also me and Dan collaborated on this image for the respect distribution mirrored on base, as you can see. And then, yeah, a few more details here on the thread. And I also helped to create this demo video that was part of demoing the app built for the base batches. And yeah, and I also promoted the Eden Fractal event. I didn't put the full thread out because I ran out of time, but I do have it drafted here, as you can see. But I will share that when I share the video from the event. And oh yeah, and I promoted the latest Eden Fractal episode. I think that was 2 episodes ago now, where we were discussing the upcoming 3-year anniversary. And yeah, and there's some highlights here that I shared, and that's pretty much it. What?
I said, woohoo! Thanks, Rosmari, for all the great work.
I think I went into too much detail there.
No, it's good. It was nice to see. I think, I don't know, for me, it wasn't too much detail at least. And I think we all went a bit longer because we have some extra time.
Okay. Well, thank you then.
Yeah. And kind of nice and cozy with just us. It reminds me of some good old times. We did get a message from Zal who said he can't make it today. He said he's behind but has a blast jaw, and also Abraham had said that he has a work meeting conflict. But yeah, so we have our friends supporting us from the sidelines, but and also nice to be here with the two of you making a special OF62. Do we have any other comments before we play, before we come from consensus?
Yeah, I feel too chill when it's only 3 of us.
Yeah, it's like our meeting.
Yeah, that's yeah.
You said first you feel too chill?
Yes.
Too chill? What does that mean? Like you too feel chill, or you feel too chill, like you're too chilled out right now?
Too the second one, too easy, too yes. Too
Yeah.
laid back.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll have more excitement and we'll invite more friends and builders across Optimism for future weeks. But yeah, sometimes people get busy, I guess, and we're building a lot, so we can maybe enjoy some relaxation now, and then in the future we'll have more a little less chill, but it's still good to have some chill in general, though.
And Rosmari, I really like that highlights. Those highlights, I think that's a really good idea to uh, and very useful. And also, I see everyone doing that. always shows, for example, it's popular pattern, and I think there is a good reason.
Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you like them.
I like them too. Rosemary and I have talked a lot about upping our video production game over time, and so that's a nice step in the right direction. Makes it really cool in the beginning, and we have all sorts of interesting plans to unleash once the time is right.
Retweet would be highly appreciated too.
Yes, that's right.
What was that? I didn't hear.
A retweet would be highly appreciated.
Okay. Okay, we will see what we can do.
Okay.
It's out there. It's also for everybody out there too. Like and subscribe and share with friends. Okay. Anything else before we get into consensus?
Nope. Who's gonna set up the room?
So you will do it in Fractalgram, new Fractalgram.
Yeah. Well, Abraham requested that we try out because I know that he made a bunch of updates. Um, when we played the ORDAO Fractal, we had some technical issues, so he requested that if there's errors again, then we'll um let him know and do a recording or something like that for him so he can troubleshoot it. So if you want, I can set up the room, the new Fractalgram app, and then we can try it out there. That sound good?
Okay.
Okay, cool. I will go ahead and start up the room. I also remember one thing that I shared with Tadas, but I forgot to mention here too. I think I also shared with Rosmari is that I updated I don't know if I ever actually shared out Optimism Fractal meeting, but there's a page at optimismfractal.com/account now where you can see the different tokens on the block explorer for Optimism Fractal, which can be helpful because we have both the old respect and the new respect, and they each have different pages. Like you can view it on an NFT Explorer or on a block explorer, and you can view both the contract or you can view the token distribution. So I try my best to organize that page better, and made some improvements to that over the past few days as well. Figure I'd sneak in a little extra contribution there while I was starting up the room. Okay. I'm setting my organization back to Optimism Fractal with the new feature that Abraham had built for that. And now I'm going to create a session and invite you both. For some reason, Rosemarie, I'm in the Optimism Fractal group right now, and when I search for your name, I only see your test account that you created last week. I don't see your account that you usually use here.
We need to switch organization to Optimism Fractal.
Does Rosemary need to switch her organization Optimism Fractal?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's probably set to ORDAO Fractal, I assume.
Yeah, probably. Rosemary, did you hear that?
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to input my name, username, email as well.
Oh, it's making you fill out your information again? Okay, that's
And something is wrong. Should probably log out.
Oh, okay. Huh. I don't know. I guess I'll do that because it didn't save anyway.
yeah, that happened to me when we were at the ORDAO Fractal a couple days ago, but I realized I was just in the wrong kind of browser. But if you're in the same browser, that means that I don't know, maybe your cookies got deleted or something like that, or your cache got deleted.
Okay, I logged in again. Now I didn't. Now I have my profile preloaded, fields preloaded, so I'll change the organization.
Okay, sounds good.
I did it.
And I still have the same issue that I mm, mm, said that I told Abraham, and I think I know how to uh like work around that. But yeah, so for Rosmari it will probably, so basically you need to do a refresh before you join a room. Or
I'm
at
in
some
the Fractalgram room now. The session.
I think you could do a refresh there too.
Why?
Well, okay, if you don't do it, well, you don't do it, and you'll see. I bet you will get an error, right, when you try to submit.
Don't
Nope.
jinx me.
What?
It's okay. Nothing. Are we going to play or no?
Okay, let's play.
Okay.
Yeah, the room is created. So if you go to play and then you go to room section 161, then you can see it there and you can see each of us here. Okay, and we have consensus for Tadas for level 6. Made to go to Tadas, and now
No
we can.
signs of emotions.
Yeah. I won level 6.
I told you I'm too chill.
Yeah. Maybe you can go hang out by a pool or something, just relax after the episode or something.
I will go into the bed to relax.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a better place for the hour. And it looks like we have consensus on me at level 5, and that means Rosemi will get level 4, and we can push it on chain if all goes well from the technical side. Oh, now I can connect to our client. Why does that? What do I gotta do here? I have to change my wallet
Too.
settings.
Me too.
And for me, it's submitting to Pisa Polia. Yeah, so if you go, I know how to fix this, I think. So if you go into,
Because I'm on Optimism Polio testnet.
yeah,
I have
don't
to go to
submit
Optimism.
there, don't submit there. So if you go into click play, then refresh.
Wait, are you talking to me?
I'm talking to everyone, Dan too, because I think he's having an issue too.
I got
Play
an
and then
internal JSON RPC error. Have you ever gotten that one before?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I got that in my
I
wallet.
think maybe, but I don't know what that means.
That's a new one for me. Yes,
Yeah, but
so what are you saying?
uh, yeah, so I don't know if it will fix your issue, but for Rosmari, if you go into Play tab, uh, then refresh and then choose the late this session again, this that we just played, and then submit. For me, then
Nope.
it works.
refresh, like refresh the page, right?
Yes, but in the Play tab, not in the final consensus page.
Uh,
And maybe
no.
I will share a screen for Abraham.
Okay. I just got mine submitted, by the way. I went to play and then I refreshed it and then it worked.
Yes, so just to be totally clear.
Yeah, that might be helpful for Abraham.
Okay, so right now it's logged in well. So I don't know, I'm already not where I wanted to be. Okay, let's So if I go into profile, say, then go play, and then go into a session that we just played, but I haven't just yet submitted, then push on chain, and then see, oh, piece of poly. You probably don't see my MetaMask, right?
Nope.
Yeah, but I see that it's submitting to a piece of poly. So I'm canceling that. And now if I go back to play and refresh here, and then go and do this again, now it's submitting to P main. And another thing, if I refreshed here, then a bunch of errors like this, and then everything stops working. So that's why you have to refresh here. So that's another bug that might have to be fixed to not so that you could refresh here and it wouldn't like break things.
I-
Um,
Yeah, I'll just add that I had that same thing happen to me at some point too, where I had like those 6 errors all pop up and they said the same thing. And then also when I had the internal JSON error, I think it was, I took a screenshot of it. That actually happened on my wallet, not in the actual app. So just in case it's helpful for um, diagnosing what the issue was, that was the app had said that it was trying to it said something like proposal pending or something like that, trying to submit a proposal. And then I got that in my wallet, transaction error, internal JSON, RPC error. And then afterwards, the app said that it couldn't complete the issue. But then when I refreshed it and did similar to what you showed there, then it worked fine. Have you been able to get it to work, Rosemary?
No.
Okay.
do you have that scary number near MetaMask icon?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can share my screen too.
If you want, or I mean, I don't know. What we did last time was we shared it afterwards, and then we troubleshoot it after
Okay.
the event. So we could also wrap up the event and then maybe share that internally to Abraham. So it'll be more. And that's only really relevant for Abraham right now as the developer of it. So maybe it's best if we do that.
Yeah.
Because also of note too, I think we could probably skip the town hall today unless you want to talk about it. But I see Tadas is down with that, and it was late there. And the topics I had proposed for Optimism Town Hall were both of them I didn't really complete yet either. Like I made a draft about the proposal for the agendas to have a minimum vote threshold in order to trigger a town hall event, and I'm thinking maybe 2,000 or something like that for there. So if Josh, you have any feedback on that, I'd be curious about it. That's what I'm thinking would be better to better balance resources. And so, but I didn't fully finish that proposal. I'm planning to make it this week, and then when I proposed like an early version of it, or when I suggested it at the last town hall, people seemed like they were cool with it. I think both Dahl and Will were supportive of it, if I remember correctly. So I think that maybe next week's or next upcoming town hall, we'll go ahead with that, and then we won't always do a town hall unless there's enough votes for it. So that's one thing, but I could just follow up in the Discord and the Optimism Fractal snapshot space actually propose that, and I can do that in the coming days or week or so, and we can decide there, and then I believe that it's just the three of us who are counselors too. So so Will voted no, but so basically we can decide if we like that rule or not and vote for it. And then I'm also working on the agreement and made some progress, but haven't yet made like a full progress. And then the other thing was to um, show off the new ORDAO Fractal app. But we already showed it up now. And if you want to DOS, we could also have a more detailed overview of the app if you want to go over it when more people are here too. So from my side, I think we can probably skip this week's town hall. We could discuss any of those things now if you want, or we can just save it for next time and discuss it asynchronously or another time.
Uh, yeah, just maybe a few things. So for Rosmari, I just want to say that I think once you try to submit to Pizza Poly, you start getting that issue, and yeah, I don't know. For me, restarting the browser typically helps, but I don't know if it always helps. For you, Dan, I just so anyone can trigger, any respect holder can trigger town hall event, but it always happens at the same time as usual.
So the way I'm thinking about proposing it is that it requires a minimum threshold of respect to trigger it. So, and it's not just like one person necessarily,
Yeah,
it's like a minimum amount. So say we could pick a number, it could be 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 2,000, 100 or whatever. If it's 100, then anybody who's earned 100 respect can trigger it, which is like, anybody who's joined several events and earned some respect. Um, but the number I'm thinking about doing is like 2,000, which is like a fairly high threshold, which would mean like, there'd have to be, like I think I might have 2,000. I'm not sure exactly between the two. So I might be able to trigger on my own. And then there's several people who have like 1,000 or um like 800 or something like that. So basically it would require like a few people in most situations to trigger town hall, or I think maybe I can do it on my own, but I could also do it at 2,500, in which case that would definitely require two people. Or you could set it lower, like 1,000 or something like that too. But basically, the intention of it, and I can share the document with you, and I can also share my screen, or we can go over it in more detail. But the intention is basically with the upcoming launch of Eden Fractal. We're also planning to launch Eden Town Hall, so I'm planning to also propose the same kind of rule for Eden Town Hall, so that way we can choose if we want to have an Optimism Town Hall or an Eden Town Hall that follows the Eden Fractal event or Optimism Fractal event. And we can still have that for when the community really wants to discuss something. We can rally support to vote on those things. But otherwise, we can, conserve resources and while still being able to like have events when we want to, and also still being able to like have the same quality and attention to it to be able to record the video and produce it and so forth. Um, so it's basically like managing our resources better. And so yeah, that's the idea basically. And I'm thinking about having it as a 2,000 minimum threshold, which is basically in addition to the agendas rules, which mean that if it receives 2,000 votes before Monday at 17 EDC, then we'd have an Optimism Town Hall that week as scheduled after Optimism Fractal. If it does not receive the 2,000 votes, then we would not have the event scheduled.
mm. Yeah, I might have some feedback, but I don't know if it's worth it to start discussing it now. Uh, yeah, generally I like the idea of triggering these events discussions only as needed. Mhm.
Most of telling jokes like
Yes,
that over here.
yes, it's 9 p.m. Uh, what else I wanted to say?
I was chilled out. Whatever, man. Just do your thing. Live life.
Yeah, I think it might make sense to create a council proposal for basically just asking if Optimism Fractal should be an oracle for distributing respect for Eden Fractal on base. It's just a formality, but what what's funny? What's so funny here?
I was laughing at Rosemary's reaction to it. And there's also like another thing too that popped up, so that was a little funny for me because you were like tired and chilled, and then you came up with a new idea. But I don't know if Rosemary want to respond. I don't know why you thought it was
Maybe
funny.
we can discuss that a little bit.
Yeah, we can discuss it. Do you want to continue to ask with your thought?
Yes. So yeah, but that's it. Just very simple, like proposal. Just should Optimism Fractal act as an oracle on base to help Eden Fractal distribute its respect on base? Uh, just just to be clear, so because we can't promote it and say that Optimism Fractal acts as an oracle, and I think that will make it more understandable and highlight one of the features of ORDAO, that it can act as an oracle and on different chains. So I think it makes sense to promote it like this, but then like basically just pass this proposal so that we are clear we have a permission of Optimism Fractal uh, to use its name like that. It shouldn't be hard to pass, considering who is now in the council. But yeah,
I don't know
well,
about this. I'm joking.
unless you are and any of you are against this.
Yeah, I don't know about this whole Eden Fractal thing. I don't know what they're up to over there. No, I think it's a good idea, and
Maybe so then it's for you. You get into alter ego for 1 week and then another alter ego for Eden Fractal and one.
yeah, I'm like a goldfish. I forget the last week that happened, and then it comes up again. Like, oh, that's what Eden Fractal is. What's happening in Fractal? So, no, not really though. I remember Eden Fractal very well. So yeah, I'm supportive of this proposal, and I think it makes sense to just do it with the additional legitimacy that provides. And the three counselors. For anybody who's watching is confused, we discussed it at the ORDAO Fractal. We had the Eden Fractal um, deployment on base. There will be a respect distribution from EOS, which over the past few years, that's where people earned respect. So the Optimism Fractal community will be acting as the oracle to allow Eden Fractal respect holders from EOS to claim their respect on base, assuming this proposal passes. And we proceed with this, and Tadas has deployed Optimism Fractal ORDAO on base and initiated the app to facilitate this. So yeah, I'm in support of that proposal. So we could approve that.
Yes, for more info, watch ORDAO Fractal event videos, and also I'm planning to have another ORDAO Fractal next week on Tuesday, 15 UTC. So come there if you want to learn more and try it, especially for Eden Fractal member.
Okay, sounds good. We have Abraham joining actually now, so I'll let Abraham in and we can let him know. But by the way, Rosmari, you were able to, you said you hacked. Yeah. This would be a funny thing for Abraham to hear when he gets back. So Rosmari, you're saying you hacked into the Fractalgram app? Hey, Abraham, we were just
Hey.
I figured that'd be a funny first thing for you to hear because Rosemary wrote that in the chat. I think she was joking and she put sunglasses on, but at first she wasn't able to get her proposal to submit successfully, and then she did something, and we were all able to submit. We had a couple of issues, but we documented them and we recorded them on video.
Oh,
So
nice.
yes, we could share that video with you after it's produced and you can check it out. But we were able to submit it. I think we each had like a little bit to finagle with, but we usually able to like refresh or do whatever and then submit.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, that problem. Well, there was a really stupid bug that happened, so that was a fairly easy fix. But I think there might still be a couple of little loose ends that I need to kind of trim up. There's some stuff with the auth context where it's like being passed around. The user logs in, and then for some reason React is like making it undefined, and I haven't figured out why. But I think we're at least in better shape. I was so glad to see those those proposals coming in on the Discord. I was like, yes.
Nice. I said the same thing too, and I got my proposal to go.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's surprising how complicated this stuff is. Like there are lots of different things that can go wrong. So, having that work is really a pretty big accomplishment.
Yeah. Well, way to go. Thanks, Abraham, for all the great work on that, and much respect to you. Yeah, there's a lot of big improvements like the fast forward feature that you built and so forth, which I think most of it's working quite well. But I appreciate your patience and joining us here to check to see if everything went well and persevering through all like the technical issues as we figure out how to make it work all all smoothly.
Yeah, yeah, I just got done with a work meeting, but yeah, having Eric help fund part of it is great too. So like he's actually getting, some work accomplished for his project. So I'm actually like kind of forking the app in a little bit. So I Value Global is now going to have their own implementation and stuff like that. So
Okay, very interesting. Well, yeah, shout out to Eric. I appreciate him supporting that, and excited to see what he's doing with iValue Global as well. So
yeah, yeah, he's got some great ideas for trying to help transform organizations, you know, with by using the respect game. So I think there's a lot of potential there in the nonprofit space and other other areas. Hopefully people get it. It's like I think once people get it, it's like, oh yeah, this could really be transformative, but until they actually participate in something, sometimes it's hard to understand how it's different and why it is a helpful way to connect and collaborate.
yep. Well, that's what we're here for. We're helping them understand and also building the tools that makes it easier for them to experience it and try it out and have that smooth and seamless and be able to get all the benefits of it. And then helping helping the world understand.
Yeah, and Tadas, the release of the Fractal app looks great. I opened it on mobile in Coinbase app, and Coinbase wallet, excuse me, and I was able to get to the different pages and stuff. The only thing that was a little weird was that it was refreshing a lot. I think as you scroll up too much on mobile, it like automatically refreshes the page, so it like refreshes. But other than that, it was great. Everything pulls in and get a lot of errors. There's a couple errors, but then they're like reloaded. So
Yeah, yeah, I worked on to make sure that it looked good on mobile. So I'm glad that it worked for you. Yeah,
yeah, it's not always easy.
yeah,
Yeah, well, I'm excited about both the apps that you guys are building, ORDAO Fractal app and the Fractalgram app we're playing the Respect game. They're both making a lot of progress. So way to go, guys, and thank you. And yeah, so for a bit of context for Abraham too. So it was just the three of us today. We had a smaller event, so it was like pretty chill. And then we
yeah.
got what was that to us?
Yeah, it was still.
It was chill, yeah. So we appreciate you joining us and sh showing your lovely smile and helping us out and supporting us and stuff like that. And then yeah, we were talking about skipping the town hall for a day. If there's something you want to discuss related to, Upton Fractal Upton Town Hall, we can. We are talking about a couple of proposals we're planning to make because right now me, Rosmari, and Tadas are the counselors for the upcoming 2 weeks, and there's one proposal that I'm planning to make where Optimism Town Hall events will only be triggered if there's a minimum amount of votes by Monday at 17 UTC, which I'm thinking about as like maybe 2,000. So that means that, like people with quite a lot of respect would need to vote to be able to trigger an Optimism Town Hall event. And that'll allow us to save resources, particularly me and Rosemarie for like hosting, because we also want to do Eden Town Hall after Eden Fractal. So that'll allow us to like pick which ones, but still give the community a place to say if it wants to do a Option Town Hall if there's sufficient like people voting for it. So that's one thing. And then Tadas was talking about making a proposal for having Optimism Fractal to be the Oracle for Eden Fractal Respect on base. And then we're also talking a little bit about an upcoming participant agreement that I've been working on. And those two things about the participant agreement and the Upton Town Hall one we talked about in the past videos. So if you haven't checked those out, then you can learn more there, or you can feel free to ask any questions. But I just figured I'd give you like a few updates as somebody who's been very involved with Optimism Fractal but hasn't been here in a while. These are some of the initiatives that we were just discussing, and now I guess we can wrap it up whenever, or if we want to talk about more detail about anything related to Optimism Fractal or different topics that we've just been discussing so far, then we can keep going and just do like an extended Optimism Fractal, I suppose, too.
Yeah, I will have to go. Good to see you guys as always. Uh, See you next time.
Great to see you,
all right,
Tadas.
sounds good.
Great
Thanks,
seeing you.
Dust. Yeah, I probably should jump off to the only thing that I was thinking of is in the future at some point, I was thinking it might be cool to integrate like we were talking about some of the more like enrichment attestations like we could Rosemary's got to go to.
Okay.
But
Later, later.
oh later, okay. But I was thinking like it probably wouldn't be terribly hard to just have like side buttons. It would be super cool to say like, oh, well, almost like you do, on LinkedIn, how they have the various people can kind of vouch for you and like, your skills are validated by community support. Like you could say, oh, well, AI could listen to the conversation or something, or you could have AI analyze, and then it could pop up some kind of like, oh, obviously Dan's the leader. Like you want to vouch for him for leadership. We can like give Dan an attestation, or Rosemary's good at the media and video editing. We can give her an attestation. And those could be on chain. Could be kind of cool as we're going through the respect, um, process. So might be a fun thing at some point. I'm actually starting to learn how to do that stuff with Langfuse. I did a project with work where like I was retrieving AI stream data and trying to do stuff with it. So that could be fun.
Yeah, fascinating. Thanks for sharing. That could be a lot of fun. Thanks, Abraham. Yeah, I've heard about LangChain, and I was just looking over the past week more into EAS, and
Mhm.
I think EAS would be a good tool for this. I know it's very widely used in the Optimism Collective for different governance and identity and reputation metrics, and it's like an open source public good. And yeah, I remember we talked about something similar when we were in Denver as well a couple months ago. And I could imagine like once people are here, like we're doing like the basic and kind of like the most simple and like elegant thing that we can do with the respect game, like ranking, 1 to 6 and so forth on contributions. But there's a whole lot more that can be added into the app. And like while people are together, we could be doing other attestations as well. So I think we talked about it back then, like we could be ranking, different kinds of skills or contributions or things like that that people are doing, or like yeah, but basically testing to it. If I'm understanding you correctly, then you could have a say Rosemary shares what she does and she says I made this tweet and I produced this video and I talk with these people or whatever, and then if me and you are like yeah, I trust that Rosemary did that and I saw she made the tweet and stuff like that, then it's not just hey she gets level 6 or level 5 for that or whatever, but it's also hey we AI saying do you attest that she did all these things, and then we're making an attestation, so it's like there's more data that's being created to show exactly what she did beyond the level 5 or level 6, and that's going on
Yeah.
chain. Is that right?
Yeah, it's like some kind of it's like an enrichment of the baseline rank. Yeah.
Okay, great. Welcome time, by the way. Sounds like you're snoring a little bit. I don't know if you could hear us.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
No problem at all. Thanks for joining. It's good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well. We were just we had a small fractal event today, and we decided to skip the whole like town hall. We've just been having kind of like an informal discussion, and I was talking with Abraham about he's been making new app improvements to the app that he's been building, and we're talking about interesting enrichments that we can make to the app when you joined. So I don't know if you want to add anything else to that, Abraham, or feel free if you did.
Nah, I think that, I think if time comes up or if we get grants or something like that, that would probably be the direction I would want to go. And I think that there was a decent amount of interest in that from, some of the Ethereum Foundation folks and other folks. So that could be cool. But anyway, yeah, there's still a little bit of work to be done on the actual Fractalgram app just to get it running smooth. So that comes first, of course.
Hmm. One step at a time. But yeah, that's something that's definitely something to consider. I'll keep my mind and my eyes open for that kind of opportunity. Like if there's anything that we can do, would love to help support your work and find some grants, maybe from the Ethereum Foundation or from elsewhere where they can support your further development as well as Tadas and other people who are contributing to it. And yeah, that'd be a great direction to go into after we get, some of the just more basic functionality working more smoothly.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be really nice to have something smooth and to be able to demo, and it's getting there. It's we're kind of in the harder part of it now, but um yeah, it's getting there.
Nice. Making good progress. All right. I don't know if Abraham, there's anything else you want to add there, or Rosemarie or Time, if you want to say hello and share anything that's on your mind, feel free. We think we're wrapping up pretty soon, but I'm happy to, and if Amy wants to go, I know Rosemary said she has to go soon, and Abraham also has to go soon too, but so we can wrap it up whenever. But curious if Time, there's anything that you want to share, any comments, or Rosemary or Abraham, if there's anything you want to share before we start wrapping it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too. It was good seeing you.
Okay, and it was great seeing you, Abraham. Great catching up. Great seeing you, Rosemary. Great catching up. Time, is there anything you want to say right now, or should we just all wrap it up right now?
Yeah, I'm good.
You said your game?
No, I said yeah, we could wrap it up.
Okay, sounds good. Well, yeah, look forward to hearing from you more time in the future, and yeah, really appreciate you joining, and hope you enjoyed the conversation we've had so far. And if y'all want, I mean, we can just head out, but if you want, we can go like a 3, 2, 1, go Optimism Fractal real quick.
Do it.
Sound good? All right, 3, 2, 1, go
Oh,
Optimism Fractal.
Fractal.
All right, thanks all. See you.
See you guys.